So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Stella Kimani, and today we'll be looking at some of the challenges that face us as small business owners. The challenges that we go through day in, day out in business, okay? These challenges are spread all over, okay? There's no like one size fits all kind of challenges. It's about every business has its own unique challenges. But then again, there are some that apply across board. Okay? Yeah, so that is what we'll be discussing in this video. But before then, kindly like this video, give it a thumbs up. Okay? And subscribe if you haven't. Okay? Just keep me company. Just let's work together, okay? As we discuss a lot about marketing, a lot about entrepreneurship in Africa, a lot about, investing in personal finance. Subscribe. Okay, now let's dive right into today's video. We'll be looking at the challenges that face us as small business owners, okay? And number one, especially in 2022, this is a very unique year because it's the year where inflation has really shot up. I keep talking about inflation because it's what is happening currently in the economies. And apart from inflation that has hit most of the economies in the world, we still have it's the time that we were recovering from a pandemic. This is a very unique period. The last pandemic happened so many years ago, so it's a very unique time because we are just coming back from a pandemic, and the economy is trying to, it's just making some baby steps trying to recover. But then again, in our country as Kenya, we are having the elections this year. So it's still a unique time. It's a very unique period for small business owners. So many challenges that every other day there are new challenges. Okay? As we are nearing the election, it becomes a bit tougher. But then again, we must continue. We must keep showing up on our hustles, and there is no other option. It's not like we have an option that we can, you cannot just drop your hustle and just stay at home. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to keep showing up on your hustle and keep moving. So now, some of the challenges that are common, let me tell you, it's not that all these challenges are unique to your own business. These are things that are hitting almost every other small business owner. Every entrepreneur at this particular time is, most of them will tell you it's a very challenging time, okay? Because, with inflation, the consumers don't have that much purchasing power. They don't have, with the shilling losing its value, they lose that purchasing power. So that is how you find that if you had 1,000 and you could purchase 5 things, now you can only purchase 2. That is the power of inflation. So they don't have that much purchasing power, and that makes now your business, especially if you're not dealing in the basics, because what happens with a human being, whenever they are challenged, what they focus on first, according to the hierarchy of needs, a human being first satisfies the basic needs before they can move to the other secondary and tertiary, and like that. It's like a ladder of some sort, a funnel kind of. So what happens when there is a lot of inflation and money in circulation is not a lot, what happens is that people first focus on the basics. So if you're not in the business of basics, you can be challenged. If you're not in housing, like food and clothes, it can be a challenging time, especially if you are dealing in luxuries. And it's unique. Okay, what happens is that every business has its unique challenges, but then some are spread across board. Like now, inflation is not unique. It's happening across board. Election is affecting all of us, okay? We are all coming from a pandemic. So the challenges that we are facing, most of them spread across board. And which are these challenges? Number one, you'll find that no matter how you market, you'll be forced to market more of your business, but then the sales may be challenged. The sales are low. at this particular moment. Why? Because now, as we've said, the purchasing power of the customers are low, okay? Yeah, so the sales are a bit lower, you don't have that budget to allocate, to a lot of, that is number two actually, you don't have a big budget to allocate to, functions like marketing in your business, because also, this is the time where you concentrate on minimizing cost. As you try to minimize cost, you find that you lose at, let's say some functions like marketing. And this is where now you are supposed to be winning clients, but then again, you cannot afford it. You cannot afford these functions to run them as you are. Since the business is in survival mode, you cannot afford to fund these functions. Some of the functions that you could fund easily with your with your budget, you find that it's becoming challenging and you have to cut them off. For instance, if you had planned maybe to carry out a marketing campaign that would cost an X figure, you find that you cannot even afford it because the sales are not corresponding. The earnings are not corresponding. For the last maybe 6 months, you had expected to have sold an X figure, but now that did not happen, you have to readjust and do away with some functions. And if, for instance, you affect now the marketing department, it means now the sales may not actually come in for the remaining part of the year. The sales may not be as you had projected in the beginning of the year, of the calendar year, and here we are talking of the calendar year. Okay, so those are some of the challenges that the budget allocation you had for as you began the year, you cannot be able to fund those functions as you had projected. So you fall short of your budget, you fall short of your plan, and that will affect your business growth. That will be seen in your end of year, results. That will be seen in your sales volume, and sometimes you'll be forced to to cut down on labor at some point, because even if you had planned to grow at a certain rate, due to the prevailing economic times, you may be forced to, cut some very, very important functions. You may be forced to slow down. Like, at times, you may even be forced to go, cut down on labor costs, and that will mean people will lose jobs. So, these are challenges that are spread all over, and because now businesses are on survival mode, and if you want your business to keep thriving even after this challenging time, you have to be very tactical and very strategic. Whatever it takes for your business to survive, you must approach these challenges head on. You cannot, you cannot go around them. You have to face them head on, and solve them as an entrepreneur should solve them, because you don't fight the condition, you just fight within those conditions. Okay, even if it means on slowing down on marketing, slowing down on production, slowing down on new acquisitions and such, you have to do what you got to do in order to be around even when all these challenges are over and done with. Okay, another challenge that is facing small business owners at this particular moment is that, apart now from the funding, you cannot fund some functions, and all the other problems that are facing small businesses at this time, is that as of now, the taxes, even with the low sales, even with the minimal sales, two things have to happen. The legal requirements, you must, cater for them, and you must file your taxes. The government won't readjust, whatever is happening, that the government is not going to adjust, the tax rate downwards. In any case, it could go up, because what happens is that, government has to function, and they get this money from us, the business people. So you find that you still have to pay the tax, okay, and you still have to fund the legal requirements. Whatever the business must do to continue running legally must still happen. There are some costs that you cannot cut because they are not within you. It's not within your power. And this is a unique, scenario in our country, because there are so many legal requirements for a business to operate, and the taxes are so high. So it doesn't matter the prevailing economic times. What happens is that you still have to pay the taxes, and you still have to pay for those legal requirements. And it becomes a bit challenging when the sales are not corresponding. So it's quite a challenge, but then since it's not within your power, you must find ways to address this. Where will you get the money for you to cater for those, for those costs? Because those ones are not within your power and you must pay for them, okay? The costs that are not, the cost that you don't get to decide on, you must find ways to fund them. The tax, the legal requirements, the rent, if you, maybe you have, rent, or you are paying rent for your business, for your enterprise, wherever you are running it. Okay, you must first address first the costs that are not within your power, because this is another challenge. So many other costs behind the scenes, you can call them behind the scenes. They are not within your power, but you have to meet them. This is a major challenge that is facing our businesses, because at some point, some businesses, you must have maybe a physical shop running. It's not like an online thing. You are not running it from your home. So you have to keep showing up on your shop, and you have to pay rent for that, and the customers are not coming in as they were coming in before, and it becomes very challenging to meet your budget. It becomes very costly, and you may be forced to readjust your model of doing business. Maybe you can operate like, these now the up and coming rent a shelf kind of a model. You can do a bit of online shopping and all that such. If that is what it calls for you to reduce costs that you are not in control of, as long as you're still in business, go ahead and do it, okay? Because at the end of the day, what matters is that you're still in business when all this is over and done with, okay? Yeah, so that should be the main concern, that you fight the challenges, you prevail even with the tough times, that you keep soldiering on, that you keep showing up, that you keep being innovative. This is the time to be innovative. Two things that you must work on during these times, during such times, are innovation and marketing. And thirdly, you must reduce costs, okay? You must find ways to reduce cost. The way to address all these challenges, okay? The way to address all the challenges that we are facing as business people is to do those three things. Actually, there are not two. Three things. Three. Yeah, you must be very innovative, market your business, and reduce on costs. Okay? Be innovative in how you carry out business during these times, and not only during these times, always. You should always remain innovative so that you can stand out from the competition, you can stay ahead of the competition, and you can pull in more clients. Okay? Yeah, and you have to really market your business. You have to market your business with all that it takes. You must be there for your business. Market it like your life depends on it, and let the world know that it's you who is doing this business. Work on it, market it like your life depends on it. Be innovative even in your marketing. And finally, you must work on reducing costs, because this is the time you cannot afford now to pile up costs. Okay, you cannot even afford a loan at this particular moment, because it's not even, it may not even make sense, but you have to evaluate your customized situation, whatever is prevailing, but then it's not the best time. So you have to really look on your cost and reduce those costs as much as you can. Whatever your business can do without, slash it. Let it work without it. Okay? Whatever your business can work without, let it be like that. Work without it. Okay? If your business can work with, minimal order quantity, an MOQ, reduce those inventory levels. Okay? If you have to pay an extra, go down, or an extra room to store your inventory that you are not even selling as at the same rate, let the market dictate what you order. Let your production level dictate what you let the market dictate your production rate. Let the market determine your ordering rate of your raw materials or the products that you're selling. Okay, don't just have dead stock unless you've really calculated and it's a wise decision that you're getting the goods at a lower price because you project the prices may rise in the future. But if that is not the case, you don't have to hold dead stock in your stores, you know, for the sake of it. Okay, yeah, it's the time to minimize on cost. That said, guys, those are the challenges and how to handle those challenges. How to handle those challenges are, you know, market, be innovative, and reduce costs whenever possible. Okay, see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe.